It's week 3 of the 2022 season, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Lions and the reigning Super Bowl champs, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
DA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Detroit Lions. Brandon Gaudin joined by Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Lions in this matchup. They have a tremendous aerial attack, one of the best in the league. But they're going to face a stiff test here.
I don't think that they'll face a tougher test all season long because this is the #1 defense in the NFL. A team that puts a lot of pressure on a quarterback. And we know from talking to both of these teams, neither of them is going to back down from this challenge.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Pollard. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Prescott on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Here's Prescott. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the Lions are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the #1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
After the interception, here's Goff. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. The numbers for him from a week ago: 6 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. In a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Goff on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 15. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, 2nd quarter as they come up on 1st and 10. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. When he runs
a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They'll run here with Swift. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. Fighting his way through contact. And in for the Lions touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now Pollard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Prescott's throw there caught by Gallup. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. To the air again, Prescott. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. But remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Broncos who have the lead in the 2nd quarter. Cortland Sutton up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Colin Kaepernick, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. No return here for QT, so this will come out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Goff. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Here's Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a 3-yard gain. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Prescott. Connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Again, Dak going to keep it. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now on 2nd and 13. Prescott, touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Jarwin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. A drive there in just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive. As they head to the field now with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Micah Parsons in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Goff.
will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Again, it's Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. And a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in him. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And he's across for the touchdown, and in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Kiki QT now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
A give to Elliott. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Prescott to throw. Going for it all. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock gets all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Now the try here for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Kiki QT now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right, that reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points, defense held them, and lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So for the Cowboys, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Browns, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
It's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Cowboys in this matchup. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Prescott to throw it. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. And he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that one complete to Stephon Sullivan. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Prescott off play action. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oklahoma product, Baker Mayfield, trotting out there now with the rest of this Browns offense.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Mayfield now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield to throw it. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Mayfield on play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Smith came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted. Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Cowboys to take over. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. The 1st down carried by Elliott doesn't amount to much, as he'll get forward for about a couple.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. A Cowboy 1st down there, Prescott to Gallup. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this kick will be touchdown as they spot it inside the 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 6 yards left on second down. Here's Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first. Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And down inside the 15 he goes. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Donovan Peoples-Jones, as the first half is winding down, and the Browns have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement. Down on the scoreboard, maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Nice touchdown, Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the jets, and took it all the way.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. On the return, here's Hall. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Mike Davis, over 100 yards in the victory with 2 touchdown runs as well. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in their ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington football team. Mitchell Trubisky, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And even though they've got a halftime lead, they're likely devising ways as we speak to try and get a little more production from their passing game. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be, but halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Oh, Chubb fumbled it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. Rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession of this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them on the sidelines.
Prescott now after the fumble recovery. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's Hall. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he's got the hook up to Landry. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Looking to throw. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 25-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And we're back now here in Cleveland. Before they can snap it, time runs out. on this third quarter of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On second down, Elliott once more. Open space inside the 10. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Elliott. And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Mayfield looks to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing here, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. There he goes left side. The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And the Cowboys are able to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Jarwin. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Prescott to throw. Outright completes it to Jarwin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates.
Touchdown! Blake Jarwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Mayfield to throw it. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Now Mayfield. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Prater for the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Dallas, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.